Lenore, welcome back. So let's talk about some of you have cataloged some of the most egregious examples of overreach into parenting. Let's talk about a 6-month pregnant mom.
Oh yeah, so pregnant mom's running an errand, and she has her kids who I think about 4 and 2 years old. She decides to let them wait in the car because she's only going to be gone for 3 to 5 minutes, which I think we all remember waiting in the car when we were kids.
A lot longer than that.
Yeah, a lot longer. I had friends who used to play dentist, like they would tilt the thing back and then the other one would pretend. Anyway, so she lets them wait in the car. She comes out. There's a sheriff there, and she's arrested. She's 6 months pregnant. She is thrown in jail overnight because she has abandoned her kids. And I love the explanation that the sheriff gave. I actually wrote it down. He said that if someone has abandoned their child even for a short time, that's another matter. That if she had just left the car and slammed the door and started walking to the store, she wouldn't have been arrested. But because she actually completed going to the store, getting the thing, and coming out, that's abandonment. That's not abandonment.
There's no intent here. Abandonment actually means you're leaving your children to fend for themselves
forever.
Yes, and not coming back. Hence the abandonment part. So that now means that words have no meaning.
Words have no meaning, and also there's this mania, hysteria in our country that really believes that the second, if I'm looking at you, you're fine if you're my kid, but if I go like this, you're going to disappear. So any parent who actually runs an errand, I had so many stories like that this year. There was a mom who went into Starbucks. You could see through the pane glass window her 3 kids waiting in the car, but she comes out, there's a cop there, he arrests her, and she had to arrest her.
He doesn't talk to her.
No, he did talk to her, and she said, look, they're fine. They were watching the movie. The door is open. It's summer. They're not going to explode. They're not going to overheat. I can see them. You could have seen me if you had seen me. I was waving at you. So she, because she was arrested, then Child Protective Services gets involved. She had to take the children to their pediatrician to have an examination to make sure she wasn't abusing her, because now she was being accused of neglect and abuse.
No, and any parent who has come across something like this, they realize how overbearing not only other parents, but the state has become.
Oh, the state, yes, because they have all the power. I had this last weekend, a dad and a mom went in to get Christmas lights at a Home Depot on Long Island. When they came out, and it took a little longer than they expected, that happens. That's not called abandonment. But when they came out, there was this whole commotion in the parking lot, and there was a fireman there, fire truck, there was an ambulance. They had broken the window because there was a child who was unconscious in the car. Unconscious? There was a kid, they'd left him snoozing. He was taking a nap. Yeah. We all get unconscious.
No, but we don't allow our children to be independent anymore.
Well,
in Beaverton, Oregon, unless if a child is under 10, they're not allowed on the premises unless the parent is within sight line.
Right, at the library. Like, you don't want your kid going to the library. But the Beaverton, Oregon Library says that if you're under 10, not only must your parents be within sight lines, but if they cannot find a parent of a child who is 9 years old and 3/4, within 5 minutes, they will take that child to the police again. So that's more police stuff happening on just... I was 9. I rode my bike to the library, and I read. I don't think that was a bad thing for me. What's the library there for?
No, but that's why we have safe spaces and microaggressions and nonsense in college.
I do
because kids are raised and coddled.
Because kids are told that they're never safe, and they grow up with that word safety, and it doesn't mean anything. They know that they're safe in the library. They know that they're safe waiting in the car. But if you're told that safe spaces are not safe enough, you go off looking for safe spaces for the rest of your life, and you expect an administrator to come and save you all the time because you can't imagine that you're okay without your parents.
No, it's a horrible setup. Thank goodness you're here. Free range kids. Lenore Skenazy, thanks so much.